This buggy is running absolutely minty. I've had it ticking over. I put a couple of tanks through it and it runs absolutely perfectly. So the bloke who owns this, Jordan, he's going to be over the moon with this. He said to me, take it for a drive, so I haven't had a chance to take it for a test drive yet. I need to put a good receiver in it, which I've got, which is somewhere. I don't know what I've done with it, but I've got a good receiver somewhere. It might be over here. Is it over here? Oh no, what did I do with it? Oh, there it is. There's a good receiver, so I'm going to put that in there, and then with the battery pack, which I've got somewhere, the hump pack, and then we'll be able to go and give this a test drive. And then, yeah, that can go back to him after that. But absolutely amazing. Over the moon with it. And the little modification of putting that XT60 connector on there to run that LiPo battery worked minty. But that doesn't mean that it can't go back to another battery or something like that. And someone said, now I've put that XT60 on there for that LiPo, you can't use a lead acid battery with it, which is not true. You can, of course you can, bloody hell. All you got to do is get that little wire, whatever I've done with it, I don't know, there's a little wire that goes from the battery to the plug. Just put an XT60 on there, or change the other one back to a Tamiya. There's never a no going back situation when it comes to that. You just have to readjust some wiring. Very simple, very easy to do. I'm also getting rid of this. I don't ever use this anywhere near as much as I should do to make it worth its value to me. So this is going. This is an S-Works S35 and it's my custom one. I've got all my custom stickers all on it. I'm not going to sell it, well, I can sell it with the engine if the person buying it wants the engine, but the engine's coming out, servos are coming out, the receiver's coming out, and the wheels are coming off. It's going as a rolling chassis. But I said that I would do, a couple of people have been interested in that, and I'm not afraid to do a bundle. So if somebody wants to buy the whole thing, starter box, battery for the starter box, the engine and the servos, I can't throw the receiver in because I need that receiver. It goes with my Futaba radio gear, but I can do the whole thing without radio gear, with the engine, the exhaust, all that stuff. I've got the box for the engine, the box for the exhaust. I've got everything with it. I don't mind doing a whole lot as a nearly ready to run kit. That's no trouble at all. But you know, as it is, it's going as a rolling chassis, and that's what I've advertised it as, a rolling chassis. But I can throw the others in at an extra cost if somebody wants that. I just don't want loads of these cars sitting around because I don't use them anywhere near. I don't even use half of them at all, and that's just wasted money and space. You know, I need to keep things flowing in order to keep doing what I'm doing. Otherwise I'm just going to go into the ground and I won't be able to do anything anymore. It costs a lot of money to be able to do this. So I had a bit of a realization the other day, and I'm sitting in that chair down there, and I'm thinking, these cars just literally sitting on the shelf, it's just money just going down the toilet, and I could be using that to be bettering the whole operation. So that's what I'm doing. Yeah. Anyway, that's all ready to rock and roll. That's ready to rock and roll. Go and get some picture graphs taken, and away we go. And the good thing is, summer is on the way. I know it doesn't seem like it at the moment because it's windy, it's wet, and it doesn't really get cold in this country, but it's, you know, it's cold enough that you go, oh, it's a bit nippy. So yeah, but spring's on its way. We're nearly in March. We're getting the end of February now. So, you know, we're in the 20s in February, so it's cracking, man. Absolutely brilliant. And don't forget, it's going to be a bloody good year. It is going to be an amazing year. You wait. Sometimes you have to come to some realizations, and I don't know about you, but me personally, I don't like things sitting around. I don't like clutter. And I don't like things sitting around. Although I like to collect, I do like to collect stuff, but it gets to a point sometimes where I keep buying stuff. In this case, RC cars. I get ones, and for the most time I move them on. They're a purpose. I buy them to get running for fun, to make videos for you lot, and then to sell again, to make a little bit of money to buy the next one, and also to put that Nitro car excuse me, back into circulation so that other people can enjoy it and keep the hobby of Nitro going. But I do tend to accumulate good ones. I get them and I'm like, this is a good example of this particular car. I like it. I don't want to sell it yet. It's got a price on it, but the price is the top of the range price, and nobody wants to pay that, and I don't blame them. That's why I put that price on it, so that it doesn't sell. That's my Achilles heel. I need to stop doing that. So that's why all the cars, well, I say all of, I haven't got many. A lot of you think I've got a lot of cars. I haven't. I think there's about 5 or 6 cars I've got, which I own. You know, I don't need 2 petrol RC cars, so one of them's going, the roving Kyosho, that's for sale. Gonna keep the Marder because I bought that off a friend of mine, and if I sold that, I reckon he'd be round to give me a slap. Plus I like the Marder more, and you know, I don't need loads of Nitro cars, so they're all going. And what I'm going to do is put that money into buying some better camera gear and things like that to try and make better videos for you lot. But I want to get like a mainstream sort of, be able to get some better cars in to get going. The prices of things are going up. The prices that I'm in on it. Do you know what I mean? So I'm kind of there. So I'm with them. When you're selling something, you want to get as much as you possibly can. When you're buying something, you want to get it for as less as you can, don't you? You know, it's depends on what side of the fence you're on, is what side that you're trying to go with. But everybody wants loads of money for second-hand, non-running Nitro cars, and I can't always afford that. So let's make it happen. Let's get it done. That's my thinking now. These cars sitting on shelves are doing nothing for me, so let's make them work for me. Having a little bit of a sort out in one of these boxes, because what I tend to do is I get boxes, and if I've got stuff that I haven't really got anywhere to put it, I put it in a box, and then I put the box somewhere, and then I do the same again, and the same again, and the same again, and I end up with boxes full of stuff that I've forgotten what's in the box. So we've got one wheel. That is a wheel. That's a rim. That's a tyre. Together they make a wheel. A lot of people call this whole thing a tyre, which is wrong, because that's a tyre, that's a rim, this is a wheel. And we got one Rush wheel, which is a good one, so we'll put that with the other ones. And we've got some Mardave, well, maybe not necessarily Mardave, but we've got some mini stock shells. Got a creamy coloured one, and I've got a blue one. I used to have a mini stock, so I don't know what happened to it. And I got this uncut shell, covered in bloody dust, but I like it that way. Yeah, I used to have one of those little Mardave. Is it Mardaves? Yeah, it was Mardave, isn't it? Mardave, yeah, Mardave. I'm sure it's Mardave. Little Mardave mini stocks, little electric stock car, little mini one. What happened to it? I haven't got a clue. But I used to have one. In fact, I had 2 or 3 of them. I had some older ones from the 80s with analogue ESCs and stuff on, and I had a newer one. And I had various different shells. I thought I had more than this, but maybe they're in another box. But I'm going to keep sorting out these boxes. I've got stabilisers for bicycles. I've got ratchet straps of all different kinds, shapes and sizes. I just don't know what I've got. And I've got more boxes here. Who knows what's in these boxes? Nobody knows. This one's got some lay flat pipe. Oh, it's got some transmitters in there. Bloody blimey. A motorbike. A piston. Oh, that come out of a... What did that come out of? Like a GSX 600 or something? One of the pistons, I think it melted. Yep, I remember that. That was years ago. Well, what's that? Oh, it's a Poppy. Oh, big Poppy. Hello, Poppy. We've got transmitters for all kinds of things. Oh, there's some more pistons down there, look. Various other engines and motorbikes and mopeds that I've repaired over the years. I always keep the pistons, especially if they've expired in a exciting manner. I always keep the pistons. Well, I've got a big box of them somewhere. In the other place there's a massive big box and it's full of pistons. In fact, I've probably shown you in the past, but I've got a bulldozer piston come out of a D11. It's just one piston, but it's massive. It's like the size of that. Do you know what I mean? But obviously round in circumference. Yeah, cracking job, man, cracking job. This one's just got a, I don't know, it's got a drill in it, loads of grinding discs, and flappy paddle ones, love them. It's got some Savage bumpers, 2 of them. Oh look, we've got a Savage radio tray cover. Loads of sandpaper. More sandpaper down there, gasket material. Loads and loads of gasket paper. And a big roll of sandpaper in this box. So I don't know why I put all that in there. What is that? Oh, it's a radio box for something. HPI Racing. I haven't got a clue what that's for. Alright, I'll have to try and sort that out and find somewhere to put that. If I'm truthful, I haven't got a clue what I'm going to do with all these transmitters. I'll keep that because that was a present one day from my mum. But I don't know what I'm going to do with all these transmitters if I'm truthful. One of these, that one I think. Yeah, this one was the original transmitter to my Savage 21. Not that one. This one. Probably this one was the original transmitter to my Rush Evo. The other one's that's the Mini T. That one's to the Pure 10 Alpha. I don't want these laying around, so I can see these are either going to be, yeah, I'm either going to give these away, just do what I done the other day, just put them in a box, go down the road, knock on a door and say you want this stuff. Simple as that. Either that. Trouble is, who's going to want to buy some old school transmitters that haven't even got receivers to go with them? Not many people. People use analog transmitters or analog radio gear for submarines and things like that. The other ones that still want to use old school radio gear are just people who like old school RC cars, but they're few and far between. And I've been there before, put them up for sale. They end up being in, a lot of the time it's the situation that's already here. I put stuff up for sale, doesn't sell, can't even give it away, ends up in a box because I don't want to throw it away. And that's where we are. That's a lot of the time why things are in boxes, because I just can't get rid of them apart from throwing them away. So I probably just going to end up giving them away. But other than that, I'm after my bloody charger. I've got one of those electric bikes. Don't know whether you're familiar with them. They're pretty nifty. They kind of help you ride along up hills and things. I got one a long time ago, but I can't find the charger for it. So I've been riding it without the electricness. But it's got to be here somewhere. Every time Remembrance Day comes along, I always make sure I get loads of poppies. And when these ones come along, you're meant to put these on your grill on your car and things, you know. I make sure I get loads of them. It comes with a couple of cable ties. Make sure I get quite a few, because if the one I've got blows off, I've got a spare one at very least. And also, if somebody else hasn't got one, I can give them a poppy. It's very important to remember the soldiers that fought for us back in both wars, in fact. Very important. So I make sure I do that. And that's obviously a spare one I've got left over, so I'm going to save that for the next Remembrance Day. Yep, very important. Right, what we got here? This is a Savage XS Flux box. Is there a flux inside it? Oh, hey, there is. Happy days. Right, this is going to be going up for sale then. Don't want this anymore. I bet there's batteries in there. Oh my giddy aunt, there's even batteries in there. Sweet. Right, have a proper look at that, get that photographed, ready to go to its next owner. Well, I didn't manage to find, bloody hell, bloody coat just fell off the thing and I thought it was a person running at me then, that was mad. Anyway, I didn't manage to find there's other shells. I thought I had more of these mini shells, and I haven't managed to find the the mini stocks either. It's got to be somewhere, just don't know where. Anyway, I'm out of here. I did intend, when I first started filming this, I intended on going out for a little bit of a drive today, but I tell you what, it's been one of those days where you wake up in the morning, you have a bit of breakfast, you start doing whatever it is you're doing, and before you know it, you look out the window and it's pitch black again, and you think to yourself, hey, what's happened here? Then you look at the time and it's blooming 6:15 in the evening now. Completely flown past. The whole day's just vanished. So that's the end of that. I'll catch you lot on the next one. Tomorrow, I think what I'll do tomorrow, and I'm still planning on taking this buggy out for a test drive tomorrow. All I need to do is put that receiver in it and we're ready to rock and roll. So we'll be going out for a test drive. So tomorrow's video will be that, with any luck. I'll catch you later on. All the best, you lot. Take care. If you're interested in buying any of those cars, well, they may be gone by the time this video goes up. I don't know yet. I'm going to put this up for sale this evening. Going to go and take some pictures of it now, stick it up for sale. If you're interested in it, leave a comment and I'll tell you how you can get your hands on it. Members of the channel always get first dibs at any RC car that's for sale. They always do. It's part of the perks of being a member. You get first hand, you get the first. I'll say to you first, you want to buy it before anybody else. I'll see you later on. All the best, you lot. Take care. Thanks for watching. Treat people nicely. Don't take people's kindness and generosity for granted, because that spoils it for everybody else, if nothing else. I'll see you later.